Hello, it's Humanities. Today we're talking about political ideologies. Let's start with a definition. A political ideology is a set of views about how society should be organised. Economics, politics, and ethics are the three main areas people argue about. Any ideology tries to answer a few key questions. How goods should be produced and distributed? What matters more, the individual or the collective? What role the state should play? What it can and can't do, and whether it's needed at all? Whether censorship and a multi-party system are necessary, and so on. These questions shape what our lives look like. Usually each ideology has several different strands. This isn't a problem or a contradiction. Terms like economics, politics, and ethics cover a wide range of relations and processes. People are different. They can agree on most things and still disagree on some. That's how different strands within one ideology appear. This is normal. Where do our political preferences come from? There are four main sources: family, education, the conditions we live in, and physiology. As you can see, these are factors we barely control. What do we do with that? First, recognize that most of our ideas and values come from our environment and were not critically examined. Second, start asking questions. Questions are the main tool. A few examples. Someone may say that freedom of speech is good. If you ask why, they often can't give a clear answer. This doesn't mean freedom of speech is bad. It means the person may not fully understand their own position. If you think the very rich should give up 75% of their income, it may be because you are poor. If you earned that much yourself, would you feel the same about redistribution? If at school someone told you that strong authority and religion are good, you don't have to hold that view for life. There are other views you may not have heard. Where to start exploring political ideologies? Do this. Answer a few questions without looking ahead. Read the next part only after you answer. Think of it as a short introduction. So, 1. Do you think entrepreneurship, which always involves one person working for another and creates dependence and inequality, is a bad thing? If yes, you likely think censorship is justified in many cases and sometimes necessary. If no, you likely think people should be free to leave the country at any time without barriers. 2. Do you think a woman should have the right to an abortion? If yes, you're likely open to legalizing some drugs and are at least indifferent to religion. If no, you likely believe military spending should not be limited. 3. Can society function without the state? If not, you likely think hierarchy and subordination are unavoidable in human relations. If yes, you likely see freedom, especially personal freedom, as the highest value. In most cases, this works well. Ideas and values that seem unrelated often go together. For example, individualism and a focus on freedom and independence tend to align with support for legalization and rejection of censorship. The more questions you work through, the clearer the pattern becomes. And this is Humanities. Subscribe here and on Patreon. Videos come out earlier there along with the texts. See you in the next one.